The fourth government town hall meeting on the economy in Ho attracted people from all walks of life. 5 government officials took things to justify the government's decision to introduce the E-levy aimed at recovering the economy. The Information Minister, Kojo Opon Nkrumah, underscored the importance of a discussion about the country's economy.
What can we do to build forward better? Already we've started some recovery from COVID, but there's a second wave of challenges that appear to be coming because of what's happening around Russia, Ukraine, and all of those places. So what can we do together to build forward better? President Akufo-Addo believes that his government should engage with the people of Ghana and explain what we are doing, and also take your feedback and your guidance on what we can all do together. What is government's program for recovery? What is our individual and collective responsibility if we are to help government succeed at this program? I know sometimes some of the economists like to call it burden sharing. I like to call it responsibility sharing. What is our shared responsibility in this recovery that we are seeking to occasion?
The Finance Minister, Ken Ofori-Atta, said implementing the E-levy would widen the tax net and ensure everybody shares the burden to finance the development of the country.
Last year, from the 78 billion, we had about 953 billion going through MOMOS. So how does a country sit by, not recognize the change in our economics and the new tax handles that have been afforded us, while the old ones will fall off, and not begin to take advantage of it? Not only would it increase the mobilization of our revenue, but it also ensures that all of us participate in that. And I think that's important for equity and fairness for us to be able to do that. So instead of the leakages of everybody holding their bucket and dodging government in their own way, including our professionals and our informal market, we now have introduced what one pastor told me is a water hose. When you are in that water hose, you can't get out. The nation will find you and you will pay your debts, and the nation will move on.
The Railways Development Minister, John Peter Amewu, rallied the citizenry to support the E-levy and desist from politicizing the scheme.
There is no single alternative to domestic revenue mobilization. Alternative, recommend. If somebody is telling you the alternative for revenue domestic mobilization is to go and borrow, that person is telling you a great lie. Because even if you borrow, you have to mobilize the resources internally to pay for it. So there is no alternative. Therefore, the best option is to do the internal mobilization and stop going there to borrow with a higher interest and come back and mobilize to go and pay. So there's no alternative. And so I am charging all of you today that the issue of the E-levy, please look at it as a Ghanaian. Look at it as somebody who has family. Look at it as a parent who wants to educate your children. Look at it as somebody who wants development. Don't look at it with an eye that I am a politician. Oh, let me now E-levy. When the economy is good, anybody at all can come and run it, and it's better that way.
The Chief Executive Officer of the National Youth Authority, Pius Ajide, appealed to the chiefs and people of the Volta region to accept the E-levy, which he believes would help in reducing youth unemployment.
When we sing here, we are boldly saying that our forebears sacrificed their lives. We are not being invited to sacrifice our lives. We are being invited to contribute a quota, a small penny, to the forward movement of this country. Because for many of us, it is politics of becoming a president, or it is politics of becoming a minister. It is not about the people. So you will pass the appropriation. You will accept the budget. Because all the beautiful things that matter to the youth are in the budget. then you turn around to say that the monies that will activate the things that are in the budget that you have accepted, that one you will not accept it. We are prepared. I am prepared as leader of the youth of this country to kneel down and beg the members of parliament, especially those from my region, the Volta region, to accept this.
The Volta Regional Minister, Dr. Archibald Lecha, entreated citizens in his jurisdiction to support the introduction of the E-levy to see the development they desired for.
We as a region need a lot of development, and especially infrastructure. There are complaints about the roads and other infrastructure needs. People have complained about our national regional library that is still uncompleted. People are worried about the youth resource center that is still not being completed. All of these require money. And I want to explain that instead of borrowing money to do all these projects, why don't we discuss among ourselves a way of a little bit of burden sharing for us to share the burden to be able to complete this project without necessarily adding to our debt burden.
The participants posed questions to clear their minds on doubts and misconceptions about the E-levy. Though some were satisfied with the explanations, others were still not convinced the E-levy would promote the growth of the economy. Fred Kwame Asari, Joy News, Ho.